Good morning. It's day 21. We have got into our 4th week of our June challenge. So we've got 9 days to go. So in these last 9 days, I've just added a little bit of progression into what we're going to be doing for our June challenge. Now remember, we're really working on a 30-day challenge. If you're doing this at any other time of the year, just join in. Just think we're going to do 30 days back to back. Week 1, we have a range of exercises. We're working with 3 exercises. So we're working with lunges, we're working with sumo squats, and we're working with some planks. Then each week we have been adding on, and we are now in our 4th week. And it's really exciting because we're actually getting into doing a really nice little mini workout. And if you do this at the beginning of your day, it really does set you up for the day, gets that metabolism moving, lowers any cortisol levels that you may wake up with, which is that feeling of lowness. So it's a great way to start the day. But if you can't do things first in the morning, that's fine. Just always plan something in. Make sure you either plan it at your lunchtime or in the evening, and do something just to feel good about yourself. Now then, we are adding in to those 3 moves. Remember, it's 10 repetitions of everything. Work out to your level. I've put the new demonstrations onto YouTube and also onto my Facebook group, Fitness with Ailsa. So do check those out. But remember, you can always regress back to week 1, 2, or 3. So if you are starting out, go back to week 1, check out your posture, check out your technique, and you can get started there and then just keep progressing through with me as we go. So let's get started. I'm just going to come back. I'm going to pick up my weights. Now then, remember, you don't have to use weights. You can do this body weight only. And what we're going to be doing is we're adding into what we've already done. So for our basics, let me just remind you what you're going to be doing. So I'm just going to come step out to the side slightly. Here we go. So you've been doing a coming forwards into a pulse. You're stepping back. Now, normally we're going back into a reverse lunge, and we haven't been doing a pulse. But I want you to go into a lateral lunge today. So that's a straight leg, knee bent, pushing your bottoms backwards. So as we always do, keep pushing those bottoms backwards, hinging from the hips, coming up. Then you're going to go into your reverse lunge without a pulse. So you're going to do a little pulse at the front if you can, or you can just come forwards, go out to the side, and then tap and go back. Now this is all about engaging that core as well, because we want to keep that posture tall. And what you're going to do is you're going to do to the right, those 3 moves to the right, then you're going to go to the left. So make sure you've got enough space on the left. But if you're doing it with me, you're going to do the intermediate, which is 10 moves on the right, 10 moves on the left. And you're going to be really strengthening through those legs. So let's get started. I want you to just keep those arms by your sides, find that balance to start with, and let's get going. So I'm going to be doing the 10 on the right, 10 on the left. Remember, basics, alternating right and left, so you can actually get stuff finished a little bit quicker, but you can also get through them, okay? So here we go. So coming forward, we're going to do a little pulse. Then we're going to actually take it out to the side, squeeze it up, and then we're going to do a reverse with a pulse for those on the intermediate, okay? So that's our move. So that's our first one. So coming down with a pulse, if you can. You don't have to add that pulse, and if you don't want to, down to the side, and then pressing back with that pulse and up. So we are intensifying our moves by adding this extra one into the side. We're working that inner thigh, squeezing it, making sure that chest is lifted, and back. Good, that's 3. So coming forwards, finding your balance. Good, now on the video, you'll see that I've added in a little bicep curl. So if you want to go into your reverse lunge and then come up with a bicep curl, you can. So down, bicep curl back, out to the lateral, squeezed up, chest is lifted, and then press it back. Good, and up. Let's go down again. Good, so you're going to feel it a little bit more. We really are going to build that heart rate up. Coming back, squeeze up, tummies are in. Down, squeeze, out. Now if you're doing the alternating, you just find that level that works for you. And if it feels too much, just go back to just doing a lunge, forwards and back. You can add in that reverse lunge if you want to. Now just a little pulse on that one, I don't know why. And back. Good, we've got 3 more on this side. All right, so just think about that posture. Keep everything pulled in. Chest is lifted for all of those lunges. Good, 2 more to go. See how low you can go. If you don't find you can go low, shallower is easier. Back. All right, last one. You can feel it in that standing leg. You can also feel it in this hip Coming out this way. Good, and those glutes are really working, those legs are working, and up, march those legs, roll those shoulders. So if you have been doing the basic, march through, roll those shoulders. If you want to add any more in, whilst we're doing the left side, you can, or just keep moving. All right, 5, 6, just come to this side so I can make sure I don't hit the sofa. 5, 6, off we go. So left side down, good, push it back, out to the side, squeeze it up, and back. Now you don't have to do that bicep curl, it's optional. Always like to do something with our arms. Pressing out, squeeze it up and back. So your heart rate should be feeling like it's lifted. You can see that I always have a little bit of a puff when we're doing this because it does raise that heart rate. Concentrating on that balance, tummies are pulled in, chest are lifted. Good. I always keep telling you to pull those tummies in. It's one of those muscle groups that we do forget about. We have to try and get our mind and body connection going. So I think it's one of my sayings all the time. Tummies in, tummies in. Good. Squeeze it up, out to the side. Good. Press it back. Double pulse. Good. Here we go. Forwards, breathe. Out to the side. Squeeze. This is a nice flow motion. You can do it faster than me if you want to, slower than me. You get into a nice little rhythm routine doing this. And I can't believe we're actually down to day 21. It's incredible. The month has flown by. Good, out to the side. Squeeze it up. Excellent. 4 more to go. Out, up, and back. Squeeze it up. How are those legs feeling? Hopefully they're feeling good. Hopefully you've had a great weekend because this is a Monday. And this is our longest day of the year. If you're doing it on the 21st of June with me. Good. Nearly there. We've got one more to go after this one. So forwards. Push it up, out to the side, up, press it back, stand and march those legs, roll those shoulders. So we've really added in there, especially working those inner and outer thighs with those lateral lunges. Good job. If they were finding it a bit difficult, do a little practice in front of the mirror. As you know, I always say, look in the mirror, look sideways on, check that those hips are going backwards, but do it to a level that works for you. Now then, our second move, we've been doing sumo squats. Last week, what we were doing, we were taking ourselves out, hip width apart, widen hip width apart, feet at 5 to 1. So for basics, you're going into a pulse, then you were taking your arms overhead. This week, we're going to start in a more central position and we're going to step out into it. So you're going to still do the pulse, coming up, and as you come up, you're squeezing that leg together and you're sort of keeping your feet in a bit of a ballerina position of 5 to 1. And then you're going to go out to the other side. Bend both legs with a pulse and coming up. So we're going to do the same thing for the intermediate, but we're going to do it with 3 pulses, okay? Squeezing up to the ceiling as we have been, tummies are pulled in. Let's get started. 5, 6, off we go. So come stepping out, so down, 2, 3, squeeze it up to the center, and then straight down, 1, 2, 3. So obviously on the basics, you're just doing 1 pulse, 2, 3, squeezing up, with or without weight. 2, 3, squeeze. But you've been building up for this. So you've got it. This is much more dynamic. To really work those inner thighs to get up. 2, 3, tummies are pulled into here. Good. 2, 3, squeeze it up. Good. Down. 2, 3, squeeze. Good. Down, chest lifted. 2, 3. We've got 2 more to go. Use those legs. Stop it at the top. Tummies are in. 2, 3, squeeze it up. Good. What we're going to do, bring those arms down. Out. We're still going to do our pulses. Join me. 10 pulses. 5, 6, off we go. Coming down. Count with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze it up. Bring those legs in. Roll those shoulders. Can you feel the difference? Just adding those extra little bits in for both of those moves. Let's get down into our plank work. So obviously our third move, we've been doing some stuff on the floor, doing plank work. I mean, trying to make sure you really build up through your core. Our core supports us through everything in life. So if we have a stronger core, everything else seems to function so much better. And all the exercises, other exercises that you do, work so much better. So let's get started with what we've been doing. Now remember, if you have been doing the 3/4 planks, push those bottoms backwards, keeping them down, making sure that those arms come underneath your shoulders. Bottoms are down and you're either going to be raising one leg and the other, but I think you've progressed enough now to go on your toes and dip those knees down. That's your first move for beginners. For our first move for intermediates, we're going to go cross and back with a spider swipe. Let's get started. 5, 6, off we go. Forward, cross, back. Forward, cross, back. This is 3. 4, tummies are in, bottoms are down. This is 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Knees come down. Press yourself back. Roll those wrists. Take a breath. Now, how are you feeling? You feel much stronger with those now. You should do. Your obliques are really working. Those side muscles in your tummies. We're going to go down on our elbows. We're going to carry on doing our hip dips. Now, as you can see, this is probably a position that most of you are in. What I want you to do is I want you to take those knees back until your bottoms come down. Check in the mirror if you're not sure. If it feels like you're like this is wrong, try and come down if you can. For those of you who want to do it on your toes, we're coming up on our toes, bottoms are down. We're going to be rotating through our hips to the center, rotate and center. Are you ready? 5, 6, off we go. So remember, knees down, or you can do it on the toes. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, knees down, press back. Okay, we're going to add another move in for basics. We're going to do the same into our intermediates. So we can always do the 3 moves together, and then the last 2 moves we will retain as the extras if you want to join in. All right, so the next move that we're going to do is you're going to do a bear plank. So for your beginners, for basics, you're going to tuck those toes under. You actually are in a box position for this. We're going to be doing a bear plank. So you're going to tuck those toes under, legs hip width apart, tummies pulls up towards your spine. And you're raising very gently off the floor, just a few centimeters, and back down slowly. So you're going to do 10 of these, pressing those arms through, opening out those shoulder blades, and going down into those arms. For those of us who are going to do the intermediates, just going to move away a little bit from the sofa, going to step ourselves back into a plank to begin with. Then we're going to step into the bear plank backwards. Okay, so you're alternating legs coming forwards, and then back. Keep that bottom down. Are you ready? 5, 6, off we go. So coming forwards and back. If you're just in a bear plank, just lift up and lower. This is 3. Nice and controlled. 4. Keeping that bottom down. 5, 6. All with control. 7, 8. Well done. 9, 10. Good job. If you can't reach 10, make a note of what you've done. And then you can see now, if that's you finished on the beginners, well done. You've done really well, be proud. If you want to join in for these other moves that we've been doing, you're very welcome to do it. Okay, we're coming forward. Now then, we do either a stepping in and out, or we've been doing a jumping. So coming up, we either step, step, in, or we do a jump. So today is my jump day. So I'm going to do that. Count how many you're doing. We're doing 10, 5, 6, off we go. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're stepping in and out, keep going. Count to your 10. Coming back. Rotate your wrist. We're nearly there. You're doing great. Now, each time we're adding in that move, you're putting more strength through your wrists and your arms. You're working your chest. We've got 1 more to go. Now, remember, those of you who do want to join in from beginner, wanting to do this last move, you can go from this position here. We're going to do a leg raise, okay? You want to come into more of a plank position, you can do it from there, okay? It's not very high raise with a leg bend and off your knees. That's one position. I'm going to take it up onto toes, bottoms down. Make sure those wrists are under shoulders. We're going to do a straight leg raise, 5, 6, off we go. Raise, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Knees down. You've done it. Woohoo! Good job. Wow. Those extra little moves just add in, don't they? They're great. Coming up onto your feet. Let's do a little bit of a roll of our arms. Soft knees coming down. Reach the sky. Coming down. Take a breath. And you're done. It's a great way to just boost your metabolism. And you're strengthening throughout all of those moves. You're doing them with control. So you shouldn't hurt yourselves. You should also just listen to your body. What works for you. Now remember, lots of water. Keep hydration. When you wake up in the morning and you're feeling sluggish, you might be dehydrated, have a glass of water, join me for a workout and get yourself feeling good. Now, if you can't do this with me, then please do a hashtag replay. I'd love to see how you're doing. How did you find those extra moves? How did you find the basic or the more intermediate? We're definitely taking it up a level. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will see you tomorrow at 7:15. And just let me know how you're doing. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to, so you can see these each day as well. And you can keep replaying and doing what the level is that works for you. But have a great one. Well done for doing it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.